Welcome to SorWil Community Solutions, where we talk about what's going on in our community. I'm here with Kathryn Hancock, our marketing director. I'm Joe Wilson, CEO of SorWil Technology Solutions, and today our special guest is the CEO and president of Queens of Clean. Thank you, Staci, for being here today. We really appreciate you coming on short notice.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, we're excited to talk to you and about all the amazing things you're doing in the community, about your small business, women-led small business. I think those are amazing. We'll let Kathryn start it off today.
Yeah, I just wanted to get started with, did you want to tell us a little bit about how you got started in the cleaning industry, as well as a little bit about yourself?
Sure, I would love to. So I've been a nurse my entire life. That's what I've done my whole life.
And I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. I don't talk about it a lot. I kind of lost my passion for it when my grandfather passed away.
Okay.
And that's something you have to have when you're a nurse. You have to have the passion. And I'd done it since I was 18. I started as a CNA and I worked my way up through school. And so when my grandfather passed away, I just wanted to do something different. And I was going through a bad breakup at that time. So I just decided that I wanted to make people's lives better in a different way. And I always loved cleaning. Cleaning was something that I always loved to do. When my life seemed out of control, I could put my life back together by making my space neat and tidy. And I know a lot of people have mental health illnesses and depression, which causes them to be shut in because they're embarrassed by that. So I wanted to help people in that way, so that it wasn't just death and stuff all the time and sickness. It was something that I could do, that I could physically see and be able to give back to people. I started Queens of Clean 8 years ago. I was 40 years old. So it is possible to reinvent yourself at 40.
Wow.
I was living in my car because, like I said, I had left a bad relationship, and I lived in my car, and I got, I took $250 and I made my cleaning caddy, my flyers, and then I went and got my LLC and stuff.
Hold on a second. You were living out of your car. You were homeless when you started this business. Wow.
Yeah, I was homeless by choice because I had left.
Sure.
And so I just decided that I was going to do something for myself. So I went and made my cleaning caddy, and I walked all of the places downtown introducing myself. I went to all the property management companies. I went and just let people know I was here and what I could do. And
when you started, was there a lot of other cleaning companies around, or do you think you were like one of the only ones?
No, Amy from MoCans was here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went and met with her and talked to her and, introduced myself or whatever. And she was having a rough time then with employees like the rest of us do. So I was able to pick her brain. She was very kind to me. She gave me a lot of tips and tricks and stuff. So I really respected her. She ended up going out of business, I think, or moved away. I'm not sure, which was sad because she was really good.
She went out of business, or you put her out of business?
I don't think I did. I don't know. I can't say on that, but we just kept growing. And so Echelon was the first property management that gave me a break.
Okay.
And so they hired us to do all of their move outs, all of their common areas, and all of that stuff.
At this time, it's just you?
It was me and a friend of mine that started it, an ex-friend of mine. And so I would go clean all in the afternoons and the night, and then I would spend the day going and getting more business and letting people know I was there. So it was really hard to do your business while you're working in your business. You need to work on your business instead of working in your business. So I worked for about 3 months doing that every day. And so it was crazy because I would go to the community center and I would take a shower down there in the morning because they have fantastic showers. And I would get dressed for the day, and then I would go do my day. I would go network, and then I would go to clean. And that was my life. And then I saved my money. And after about 3 months, I was able to get my first office, which was on Broadway, the little small office back there by the old Herkins building by Flatland Base. That was our very first office. And
You have a billboard down there right now.
It was across the street on the other side. It's the car lot where Flatland Base is now.
Okay.
That was our first office, and they, Mr. Mike, he wanted $600 for the building, and I knew I couldn't afford that. And so I just told him, I said, listen, I'm just starting out. I don't have that much money. What I could be comfortable with right now is $400. If you would rent it to me for maybe 6 months, then we could revisit it in 6 months. And if I can pay $600, I definitely will. And they took a chance on me. And so we moved in there, and I thought I made it. I thought I finally made it. Like, this is big time. So I felt good about myself, and I just kept growing. I hired my first employee. I trained that employee, and then that employee was able to take over half of the load that I was doing so that I could hire another employee and train them. Then I had a crew. And then I just kept hiring from there and training and training. And that's been how it's gone. And so,
Did COVID affect the way your business, what was going on, or how
COVID didn't
many
really affect
people-
us in a major way. I was scared. As a nurse, when it first came out, I knew that it was going to be a problem. I knew. And so immediately I had my people masking up. And so we got a lot of flack for that. Even some of the people, when we would go on base, they would yell at my girls, like, take the mask off, you're scaring people. But I know if it's viral and it's in the air and you breathe it in, the best thing to do is restrict your airway. So we made sure to cover up. So we got a letter. I think they shut down the 24th, and we got a letter that next Monday, and they said, you guys are deemed essential. You keep working. So
and you made the newspaper, the front
I
page,
did,
right?
yeah. Several businesses in town had reached out to me because they weren't essential. And so they had to close down, or they had to find other ways, like bringing it out to the car or whatever. And there was a lot of businesses that couldn't do that. Like, they can't ship you a haircut. They can't ship you a clean house. You know, there's lots of things that businesses needed to do in order to survive, but they couldn't do curbside pickup, or they couldn't ship it to you. So they had reached out to me because I kind of have a big mouth sometimes. So I went to the commission meeting, and I said my piece, and some other people said their piece, and we ended up being able to stay open, which was a good thing. So it was good for the community because everybody was scared. Everybody was terrified. But we kept working. And so I did reduce my staff down to 3 people. And those 3 people and I, we put our heads down, and we set up a thing outside where people could pull up, and we would fill up their bottles with cleaning solution if they couldn't hire us, so they could clean and disinfect their own houses. We dropped off gallons and gallons to the police stations, firehouses, hospitals of cleaning solutions so that they could have the hospital grade disinfectant that they needed. So we did our part, and we just tried to keep going. And so essentially we worked the whole time. We didn't ever shut down.
Wow. Now, what's really interesting about your business is you call yourself a second chance business.
Correct.
That's one of the few. I think I've heard of another one that I was speaking with somebody. But tell us what that means for you and what it means for your business.
Sure. So we live in a town that has 5 prisons in it. Mm-hmm. And you see people come home all the time, and people don't want to give them a chance. They don't want to allow them to change their past and become somebody different. And so it was always important for me to give back to the community. I started the program with Jermaine Wilson 4 or 5 years ago, maybe longer than that. I'm not quite sure. But it was the Second Chance program where we work closely with probation and parole. We're very selective on the people that we bring in, obviously, because we can't have violent crimes or things like that, or any theft or whatever. But if we can find a way to empower someone and give them their life back and let them be proud of themselves, then we definitely want to be a part of that.
That's amazing. You've also been active in the community. You work with you were on the chamber board. You work with the women's chamber. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the chamber is something that's near and dear to my heart. My Uncle Charlie was the head of the Chamber of Commerce my entire life growing up, so it was always in my blood. And when I opened my business, I couldn't afford to join the chamber, so Jermaine came and did me a solid and did a ribbon cutting for me, just us and him, and gave me a coin for the city that has Leavenworth on it, and I still carry that in my wallet today. But it was so important for me to join because I felt like that was the community that I wanted to surround myself with. And cleaning companies get a bad stigma, I think. A lot of people think it's just a random person hopping out of their car with their broom and their mop, and here they come. And there's a lot more to it than that. So I joined the chamber, and then I joined the women's chamber, and then I was asked to join the board, so I did. And then my second year on the board, I became the president. This year, I became the vice president, which is backwards, but it was what happened. So I just think it's something amazing that we do and we give back to the community. It's something I believe in my heart, and I'm proud of it. If you come to my office, I have all my certificates from the chamber hanging up. Like, that's something that I'm very proud of, because not only is it a great community for the women, but it's also a great community for all the businesses to network and, have some kind of camaraderie with each other and know who each other is.
That's awesome.
You're on a few other boards. You're on the Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and you're a part of a lot of community events. What else do you do to help others?
Well, I'm on the Big Brother and Big Sister board because my Aunt Debbie and my Aunt Betty ran the Big Brothers and Sisters for my entire life. And so that is something that I believe in wholeheartedly. I'm also on the Leavenworth Education Foundation board
Yeah.
with you. And I love that one. Like when we go give out the checks to the
Mhm.
teachers, I just have goosebumps everywhere. Like I could do that every day of my life and I would be
Mhm.
fine with it. I also do a lot of giving back as far as we do free cleanings for cancer patients.
Oh,
And
wow.
we also do free cleanings for veterans because I had cancer. And so I know how important it is for your house to be clean when you have cancer. And it's the last thing you feel like doing. So we have always done that. We have a program that's called Queens Clean for a Cure. And we will come and clean your house for free. And then if you want to stay on services, we give it at a huge discounted rate. As long as you're even on maintenance or whatever, we still want to help. And then veterans, obviously, we love veterans. We love the military. And this is a huge military town. So that is something that we definitely do because a lot of veterans, they come back and they have a lot of health issues or mental health issues or just, disabilities in general. And so we want to make sure that they have a clean home and clean space.
Wow, that's amazing. You do so much and you give away so much. You're still making a profit because we were just at your birthday party,
Ribbon cutting.
ribbon cutting again after 8 years, or how many years was
Yeah,
it?
8. Yeah.
So it's amazing that you're able to do all these things and you're still growing as a business. How many employees do you have now?
I think we have 13. Yeah, 13. No, I am not. I am currently living in a nice little house. I've been there for 7 years now. So I stayed at my office for about 6, 7 months. And then after that, I had a client reach out to me to clean her house. And she had moved to Lansing and I love the house. And so I told her, I said, hey, I'll do this cleaning for free if you let me rent this place. It'll be my deposit. And I've been there ever since. So it was a great relationship.
Wow. It always amazes me, and I think I say this every podcast, that how incredible our community is, and there's so many wonderful people that are like you that want to help others. And I think we're just really fortunate. And I don't know that I really realized it. Been here since 1985. I don't know that I really realized it until I started running my campaign for commissioner, when I really started to dig in. And so that's unfortunate that it took me that long. But I know we're very glad to have people like you in our community doing all the work. Is there anything you want to talk about event wise that you're involved in that you have coming up?
Sure. Let me say thank you for that. I appreciate that. It makes me feel good. We do it because we love to give back and we love this community. Like, this is my home. I've been born and raised here my whole life. So I am a lifetime Leavenworth person and I love the community and I love the people of the community. So that's why we do it. But we do have Buffalo Bills for the Historical Society is coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's July 11th, I think, or 12th.
I think it's
I think
the
it's the 12th. And it is going to be at the community center, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Get your cowboy boots on and come down for a great cause. And then we also have, for the women's division of the chamber, we have the lip sync battle coming up. That's August 9th at the Eagles, and that is always fun. That's one of my favorite events of the entire year. So,
What about if people want to get a hold of you or want more information, or maybe somebody wants to have their house cleaned now?
Are
How
you-
can they?
Are you hiring?
we are always hiring. We are always hiring. We are always hiring. And what Shannon and I do is, even if we don't have enough houses for them to clean right now, it forces us to do that. So it forces us to continue to grow. So if we find a rock star that we want to hire and we think, okay, she's going to be, or he's going to be a rock star, we will hire you. And then by the time your training is over, we're going to build you a schedule. So it keeps us moving and growing as well. So we're always hiring, and you can reach us at www.queens913.com, or you can always give us a call, and our phone number is 913-250-5087.
Now, you said something that kind of struck me. You said you're looking for men or women.
Yes.
Women or men.
Yes.
How many men do you have on your staff?
Right now we have 3, I think. The reason we we are a women-owned business, but we do have some commercial properties that we do.
Mhm.
So we got the federal contract for the new federal prison that they're building.
Wow.
And we got that right away. They sought us out and came for us. And so we did all of the things. We got verified on SAM.gov, women-owned business and all of that so that we could take the contract. And then we also do all of the parks for the city. We do all the park bathrooms. And so we hire the men mainly to do those. But we do have some men that go in properties as well. They just have to wear pink. So
Now, I will say, give a testimonial for you. I sold some property in Tonganoxie. Your team came out, did an incredible job for us. And we sold that house, I think, largely because you guys did such a great job. So I wanted to personally thank you for that.
I appreciate that. And we dropped the ball on a few things, but you can also attest to the fact that if we miss something, we offer a 24-hour guarantee and we're going to come back and fix that. So we want you to be happy at every time we leave. So I appreciate that very much.
So now we're going to kind of shift topics to kind of what's going on or what's on your mind. This is Kathryn's favorite segment.
Mm-hmm.
Kathryn, what's on your mind right now?
I think the only thing on my mind right now is going to the Royals game after work, and dealing with this hot weather, which is not fun when you're pregnant.
No?
No.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Are you going to get Jack Caglioni's first home run? Is it tonight the night?
It might be. It might be. He needs to start hitting a little more.
So I'm actually going to talk about what's on my mind, and I get to babysit this evening
Aw.
a little girl whose mother's going to a Royals game, my little granddaughter, and so it's always a lot of fun to have her at the house.
She's sleeping over.
She's spending the night.
That's
always fun.
That's so sweet, yeah.
But we have a lot of fun. We chase her around. We play with her. She's adorable. She's a lot more fun than her mother was. And Staci, what's on your mind? What are you thinking about today or these days?
Well, I am taking my mom and my grandmother and my niece to Branson this weekend. My grandma's turning 86 at the end of this month, so we June, we celebrate the whole thing because she's earned it. So we're going to go do a little family vacation this weekend and go have some fun in Branson.
So I've been here, like I said, since 85. I have never been to Branson.
You have to go.
I haven't even been.
Oh my goodness,
I know.
girls trip.
What do you guys like to do while you're out there? You catch shows or you spend time on the water? Or?
Both. Yeah, I love the water. My grandmother loves the show, so we do both. And we both love to shop, so we hit up the shops. They have an amazing downtown where it's kind of like Weston. It's small, but it's got a million little cute shops down there or whatever. And so it's really busy sometimes, but if you catch it in a good time, it's really, really nice. And then we just like to go see all the sights. We like to ride the go-karts.
Oh,
My
wow.
grandma will get on them go-karts and go. So
That's funny.
we have a good time, yeah.
Who's the most famous person you've seen out there?
I don't think I've seen anyone famous.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I usually take all my staff down at
really?
the end of August once we've gotten through move-out season. And they've worked really hard. I rent a big lake house down there for everybody. They bring their kids and we come down and we have a great time. It's great for bonding and having a good time.
That's amazing. That's amazing. We need to find a way that we can take some time off all at once, but our business unfortunately doesn't allow us all to be off.
Yeah.
The minute any of us take a day off, it seems like somebody needs help.
I
That, and
know.
then we have a lot of remote employees too,
That's true.
so it's
That's true. It makes it
has
tough.
to fly out everybody. It's not easy.
Well, that's our edition of SorWil Community Solutions this week. Thank you all for joining. If you were joining hoping to see Doug Billings, he had a conflict, so he couldn't make it. So President of Queens of Clean, Staci Vega, was able to join us today, and we're really excited to have you. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next week with Dave Bueller, the House rep for our district. Thank you.